So the first gap is between ignorance and knowledge. The second gap is between knowledge and action. And then the third gap is between action and results. And the fourth gap is between results and what? Is between results and wealth. So that you have enough results does not mean that you are wealthy. So let me start from the first part. A lot of people are not clear about what they want because they are not aware, because they lack knowledge, because the gap between their ignorance, that lack of knowing, and knowing is very wide. So they need to work on closing it. They need to work on reading books. They need to work on getting information, access to information, so that they can block the gap between their ignorance and their words and knowledge. Now, if you go to conventional university on the second level, you find out that a lot of lecturers are very knowledgeable, isn't it? They are very knowledgeable. In a lot of ways, they are custodians of knowledge. In fact, that's what they call them. But does that mean they are wealthy? The answer is no. Why? It's because they are finding it difficult to be able to implement what they themselves are teaching. So there is a knowledge gap between knowledge and execution. There is a gap between knowledge and action. So even though they struggle to teach it, their only action is that they are teaching it, not that they are acting the knowledge they are teaching. So they are not acting on the knowledge they are teaching, but they are expecting the receivers to go and act on the knowledge on their behalf. So that's why they don't necessarily get wealthy. That's why they are on ASUU strike. I'm not the one that say it. But the truth be told, even when they are on ASUU strike, they seem not to be productive again, because now they have this knowledge on their head, but they cannot use it. They only know how to teach it to other people. And this is where those online coaches they have read and they want to teach other people how to build business, but they themselves, they are not building business. So Robert Kiyosaki called them fake teachers. That's what Robert calls them. So now, what is their problem is what I'm trying to identify for you. There's a gap between their knowledge and action. Yeah. So until you can act on your knowledge, you don't know anything. Yes. So this is the fourth part now. So between the action and the result. Okay, this part is also very dangerous and fun. That you can act on something does not mean that you can produce results from it. So you see a lot of people, they are busy working. That is action, isn't it? But does your action bring results? Even if your action brings results, is the result enough to generate wealth? So you're always going to still be struggling. And before we forget, if what you are acting on, you are not knowledgeable about it, then don't even act in the first place. It's automatic failure. It's auto. Your failure is auto, even though you are acting. And that's why those that reflect and have knowledge on what they want to act on, even before acting, seems to succeed easily. You understand? So before you act, you have to know. And that's why you hear things like this. Your learning capacity is your earning capacity. So you have to first of all learn before you act. And then when you act, you have to act in a substantial way that produces a substantial result. So your action, in other words, should bring products and services that customers want to buy. And the result must be enough to generate wealth. Okay, now the last part, which maybe is the fifth one now, is between your results and wealth. So that you have result does not mean that you are wealthy. That your result has to be enough that the market want to buy. You need to have enough audience to your results. The outcome of all your activities, all your learning, all your awareness. The transformation started from your ignorance level, you become aware, you now have knowledge. From your knowledge level to the action level, you have now acted enough. From action level to that's the productivity level now, which is the result we are talking about. Then from the productivity level to enough results that can serve enough market, that can serve enough audience. Now, some people have results. They claim to have results. But are people interested in your results? They have a market for your results. You cannot be wealthy. So you can claim that you have results. For all you care, you are the one that know whether you have or not. But that the market want to buy from you, that's another question you need to answer. So these are some of the stages that, especially if you want to lift yourself from, and anybody can do this. It's not necessary. Some people think that me, I'm not intelligent, me, I'm not this, me, I'm no. You are just not learning enough, or you are not finding yourself in the environment that they are going to change your ignorance pattern. or make you act enough, or push you to challenge you to act enough to produce what you need to produce for the market that will probably buy, so that you can be wealthy. But anybody can be wealthy. And again, the last thing is a question of time. Sometimes you're already producing results, but that have you given yourself enough time to be able to produce it in a quantity that is required for people to buy? So you just jump, like what people do now. They will now jump from one industry to another, jump from one skill to another, jump from one audience to another, jump from one product to another, one services to another, and they keep serving the market small. At the end of the day, so they are just always struggling, always working, always acting, always learning, but they have read thousands of books. But where is the result to show for it? Nothing. So what happened? You end up broke. But you have worked so hard all your life. So wealth has a pattern. Wealth has a secret. Wealth has, if you must build wealth, it's not enough to just say, I have learned, I have skills, I have knowledge, I am acting, I'm hardworking. No. You have to be able to have a pattern that is repeatable, a pattern that can be systemized, such a way that the market recognize that, look, they can always come to this particular spot for these services and they get it. So that way, you are positioning yourself for wealth. And how well and how long you do it determine how much wealth you can amass. Thank you very much. So I hope this makes sense.
Yes. Thank you.